Hi, everybody. Welcome to the January 12th, 2018 edition of Colorado Inside Out Postgame, a special web-exclusive production here on Channel 12. I'm Dominic Dizzuti. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's get a quick take on gentrification dominating news headlines and social media across Denver yet again this week. On Thursday, Mayor Hancock hosted a Facebook Live discussion with 5 Points community stakeholders just 2 days before a community group is set to hold a housing summit deemed opposing to the mayor's agenda. Patty Calhoun from Westward. Gentrification seems to be an enormous stumbling block that we're seeing with city officials lately, and I don't suppose to have any sort of solution, but are they going about it the right way right now?
Well, this latest round has been brewing, so to speak, since the ink controversy back in December when they put up the sign, which we made fun of in our year end, which was, happily gentrifying since, 2014. Incredibly tone-deaf sign for them to put up. You can't even believe a local ad agency presented it seriously. But the fact that the Hancock administration seemed so shocked to discover that people thought they were part of the problem too. And I think that tone deafness has continued. This hastily convened Facebook Live for the event tomorrow, the Gentrification Summit. The city should have been talking about this and talking about it with communities and setting up its own summits to make sure we are defining the word the same way, to make sure we understand certain things. I mean, gentrification is not new in Denver. The pace is new in Denver. And some of the projects that are being allowed are of the scale is certainly new, and those are the things we need to focus on. But people are just not listening to each other.
Joey Bunch from Colorado Politics. You cover a variety of political issues, not just the legislative session, but are we seeing more than just Denver city officials react to stories like this that seem to be getting more and more newsprint and Facebook Live time?
Oh, I think absolutely. Something's on the stove because I smell politics here. But, Michael Hancock is a rising star, and there are plenty of people who want to kick him in the shins, and there are plenty of people who want in his next term to owe them something. Gentrification is a byproduct of two political issues: affordable housing and the fact that our incomes are just not keeping up with the cost of living in Denver, and people are losing their neighborhoods. But how do we fix that? I don't think there is a political fix for that unless we're going to talk about raising incomes or capping the prices of houses. What we can do, though, is that we can talk to one another and see if there are solutions and talk to each other with respect and honesty rather than these political end runs on things. Gentrification, how do you tell somebody who wants to sell their house that they can't sell it to somebody who doesn't live in that neighborhood at a much higher price? I don't know what people want. Maybe we'll find out on Saturday when they have this forum, but I don't see an answer here, but I don't think Michael Hancock is the villain.
Penfield Tate, attorney at QTAC Rock, also a longtime state lawmaker. How do I see the benefit, at least the attempt of trying to get involved in the conversation, especially something like a Facebook Live event that's going to try to get a variety of generations, probably your younger ones first. But is it the right way, and is there something else the administration can be doing to try to, if they are being tone deaf, to get better at the job?
Sure, and I applaud the mayor for at least doing the Facebook forum to try to deal with the issue. But I'm going to be consistent here. Just as I was critical of Corey Gardner for doing these online town hall meetings where he didn't have to look anybody in the eye and take a hard question if he didn't want to, the mayor needs to go to this gentrification forum, or as Patty said, set up his own, or do something so that you're sitting there face to face looking at people. And sometimes as an elected official, it doesn't matter if you're right or if you're wrong. You need to listen to folks. Sometimes it's more important how you treat people than what you actually do. But you need to treat people a certain way. And I think it's even more so important here because part of the problem with gentrification, and not dealing with all the technical aspects, but part of the problem is people feel this is being done to them. It's happening to them, and that no one cares and no one's paying attention. And, there are times when if you go to people and say, I know what's happening, we know what's going on, here are the forces at work, and we're just city government and we can't stop it all, people might say, okay, I understand. At least you came and talked to us about it. but there are some things we can do. But I think there's the perception that even that's not happening. And that's sort of the crux of the problem, and it's unfortunate. This is an effort, but I think it was kind of misguided.
Michael Fields with Americans for Prosperity. What do you think of the effort so far, and what would be a good next step?
Well, I think I watched probably half of the Facebook Live video, and it wasn't the most riveting thing I've ever seen on Facebook Live, but I think to the point that you guys made earlier that this was a way to try to avoid the face-to-face talk. I think the optics, the staff of Mayor Hancock knew that this wouldn't be good, that people are upset about, and really they're upset about the rapid change, or concerned about the rapid change in these neighborhoods, but they're not quite sure who to point the finger at, and so the city council, the mayor gets a lot of this blame, whether it's founded or not. I think, as Joey said, a lot of it stems from unaffordable housing. That there's, Denver's market is ridiculous right now in terms of the cost, and that frustrates a lot of people. And so I think that's kind of where the direction it has to be taken to. But Mayor Hancock's not going to get away from this issue. This discussion is just beginning.
That's all the time we have for CIO Postgame this week. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.